Good morning and welcome to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on a Wabikal land. DeFris game 11 of the national tournament here at the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. The ACT against Western Australia. Western Australia have had a good tournament so far with a couple of wins against South Australia and Queensland, a shootout loss to Victoria and a loss yesterday to New South Wales. I'd like to report some good news for the ACT, but unfortunately I can't, with a really big loss against New South Wales on the Friday, but they have improved even though they lost against Victoria and South Australia yesterday. They got their first couple of goals of the tournament yesterday against South Australia. Players are on the ice for the conclusion of warm-up with about 1:45 of warm-up remaining. ACT, we're having a look at them at the moment during their warm-up. They are in the yellow, the blue and the white. And Western Australia at the other end of the ice, they're predominantly in their yellow with the black shoulders. So this should be a really important game for Western Australia. One danger that Western Australia have, which hopefully they won't fall into, thinking that they just have to turn up and that's all they have to do. They've still got 45 minutes of hockey in front of them. They have to play the team that they've got in front of them, not necessarily what the team in front of them did 2 days ago or 1 day ago, because as I keep on saying, it's a long tournament. So this is our first DeFris action for this morning. 2 games earlier in the Stephanie Boxall Championship, which are running in conjunction with each other, with Ginsberg and Tange later on in the week. So having a look at the goaltender situation, and ACT only have L'Oreal Arvase, who despite the scoreline has been putting in a lot of excellent work and has had a massive workload this tournament. Western Australia have the choice between Henry Gallagher and also Madeline Reid, and we'll see in just a few moments who will get the start. Madeline Reid primarily in the white pads and the two-tone pads there of Henry Gallagher. Players are returning to their respective benches after warm-up. We're having a look at the moment at Western Australia. So one of the Western Australian players getting sent to retrieve the pucks out of the back of the net so warm-up can conclude. So Western Australia, as I said, with a good record. So they were involved in the only shootout so far in this tournament, losing in a shootout to Victoria. There were a couple of other shootouts in the Steph Boxall Women's Championship. Having a look at the Western Australian bench there, this will be a really good opportunity for them to continue the momentum that they have. ACT, on the other hand, they do have a shortened bench. They do have some loan players from other states. They'll certainly compete hard, but we have 45 minutes of hockey in front of us. Western Australia and ACT. Nice bit of sportsmanship there at centre ice with the fist bump between the two players just about to take the face off. Farrell there and Highcrow. So we are moments away from action. And the call from the Western Australian bench has set the tone. The puck eventually will leave the face-off circle. Back to neutral ice we go. And here's Carroll, just electing to go backwards at the moment. Big long stretch pass that it's left there for Scrow. On the attack, firing, rebound opportunity, Salmon. But Arvase came across there. Salmon basically with an empty net to look at, and Arvase came back much quicker than I thought they were going to be able to, and the net stays dry. Talking about setting the tone, and hopefully that set the tone for both teams. Western Australia trying to apply the pressure into skate higher corner now. Here's Salmon again. Salmon behind the net, in front, pressure. Still here with Susha, centering pass, couldn't connect again with Lim. Williams firing from distance in the slot. ACT trying to clear it out. Good work again by Lim. Lim Clingan has been busy so far. Ice heavily slanted in the face in the direction of Western Australia with no result so far out of the zone. And an opportunity for both teams. ACT coming off en masse. So back now, Western Australia at their defensive end. Nice long stretch pass. Entering the zone now, Easton Shearer. Losing possession. Back now for Susha. Gets around Rumakainen. And it'll come back now for Hong. Right hand side. Centering, trying to connect with Susha in front. Couldn't. No action required there by Arvase. Centering again. Spinorama. Susha not far off target. In front, point blank range Hong. Couple of good quality chances for Western Australia. It'll come back now for Riley. Heavy contact there. ACT trying to clear it out of their defensive end. Scrow rather. And out of the zone by Rumakainen. All the way, safety first. Gallagher in net for Western Australia. Easton Shearer, around one. Crosses all the lines. Fires wide. Need to adjust the radar a bit. Hung with it now. Cafe corner. Pressure coming. Wrap around attempt. Trying to squeeze it in the right post from Arvase's point of view. Arvase was waiting for it. Kept in the zone well by Braga in the end. Didn't have a lot of space to work with that blue line. Here's Hong again across now. Firing from distance. High and wide again. Western Australia need to reach in the radar perhaps. Up against the boards. Not many whistles so far. Benetti has been good for Western Australia so far. In the slot. The puck's free. Swatted down. And in net. In the back of the net in the end. The puck ballooned and it came back down for Western Australia. See there has been good all tournament. Gloved it down and just in front of the net cam will show it the best on this occasion. And Western Australia, desperation in front. ACT defence trying to help out Arvase, but Western Australia too strong with too much net front presence. 1-0 Western Australia with 11:40 remaining. Puck balloons in the air. Played with a high stick there. And so we'll have a face-off. Attacking zone face-off coming up for ACT. Farrell will take it. No, we're going to go outside. Neutral zone face-off closest to the Western Australian penalty box. Farrell will take it. Back into neutral ice. Here's Cody Parrott who can squeeze through spaces up against a much taller Highcroat. Centering pass. Here's Seven now with a bit of swimming abilities, bit of room. Traffic comes across from the ACT. Cut Salmon off. And that'll back tapped on the stick there of Parrott. Parrott retrieves the puck, dumps it into the zone. That'll come all the way back now, Carroll. Good work there by Farrell. Comes down, the arms stay down. Zamboni corner. Western Australia look to clear it out and they do. Finding Lim now. Lim trying to centre, but the ACT they're in numbers. Entering the zone now is Byrne. Byrne fires. And a good glove save there by Gallagher. And a good attacking opportunity here for the ACT off the face-off to the left hand or glove side of Henry Gallagher. And a chance for ACT to apply some pressure. Aidan Byrne for ACT. He's got their 2 goals of the tournament so far. And here's Hong now on the attack, on the breakaway, driving the net. And a clinical finish there, all alone. And Western Australia with a 2-0 lead. Too fast, too powerful, too strong. And it's now 2-0 to Western Australia. So back to centre ice we go. Rumakainen against Easton Shearer, captain on captain. And it will come back now for Kensal for Western Australia, trying to enter the zone and does, despite the attentions of Wright. Here's Susha. Susha trying to squeeze through some traffic. A very congested shape there in defence by the ACT, but it worked. Back now for Williams. Centering pass. Susha had to watch the offside. Susha fires slightly high, very fast, but not on target. In front, the puck balloons high into the slot. Kensal with an opportunity, almost off the stick of... And back now, Williams on the top of the umbrella. Got an ACT body on the way through. And we have a whistle for offside. So back to neutral ice we go. Attacking zone face-off. Oh no, it's a neutral zone face-off closest to the ACT bench. Carroll with it now. Cross-ice pass for Benetti, who's been good for them so far. Benetti centering pass, but only could find Woods from the ACT. ACT much better today defensively. Entering the zone now is Farrell. Players down everywhere in the slot. One player's lost his stick there from Western Australia. Cleared out, and that'll come all the way back down for Hart. Centering pass, Farrell. Woods there for ACT. Back into the defensive zone and back into neutral ice. Western Australia looking to go on the attack by Carroll. Trying to get around one, trying to get around another, driving the net. Doesn't come off the move there for Benetti. And that'll come back for Benetti into Cafe Corner. I hear the toasties are good. And a nice save there, albeit off an ACT stick for Arvase, who holds and saves. A attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. Puck eventually leaves the face-off circle. Here's Cody Parrott down the left-hand side, centering pass all the way back down for Western Australia at their defensive end. Just looking to go backwards at the moment, using the backdoor escape route to avoid the attention of Parrott. Back to neutral ice, Western Australia. Here comes Salmon now with a bit of room. Salmon trying to get around one, centering, deflected, and out. The defensive pressure of ACT has been really good this morning. ACT now still haven't got their first shot on. Up against the boards. ACT working down that narrow corridor down the right-hand side, trying to get Byrne, but Byrne was under some pressure. Flying high and wide and almost hitting the netting. Well and truly off target there was Kensal. Kensal with the puck again, just electing to go backward. Change coming up for Western Australia. Here's Salmon again, a little bit more room this time. Salmon walks in, the puck's still free. The defence and Arvase up to the task. Kept in the zone, firing from distance. Back now for Parrott. Parrott selects power drive, selects the aerial route. That'll go all the way back down into skate higher corner. Western Australia full of legs. Great defence there by Byrne. Opportunity here for Parrott to enter the zone. Enters briefly, recovers, trying to centre. Too many yellow jerseys around. Deflected off a stick on the way through. Opportunity for Cullen, centering pass, but Parrott was the closest there. Back now, Farrell shooting, deflected on the way through. That puck could have went anywhere. Ended up Kensal in his defensive circle. Western Australia on the attack now. Through Susha, connecting with Lim. Lim centering pass, couldn't connect with anybody with a swan on the front of their jersey. Come back now for Williams. Williams centering, spins out of a hit, avoided the hit there. ACT trying to bring the physicality. That was good work there by Cullen. Cafe corner, Easton Shearer. Shearer with it now, trying to drive the net, below the net. ACT clear it out as far as Hung. Farrell clearing it out the remainder, out of the zone. So here comes Farrell, has some support in Woods. dribbles through, past the glove of Gallagher. No action required in the end. And back out of the zone via Western Australia. 6:09 remaining. 2-0 Western Australia. ACT should be very proud of their defensive core today. A shot from distance and only found Farrell in the slot. Centering pass. ACT there, flinging it out again all the way back down. Don't think it'll make it all the way to the line. Icing waved off in any event. Back now for Benetti, centering pass. Still in the zone there was Cullen, promotes it back into the zone, but the puck came outside, so he had to come outside as well. Easton Shearer, right-hand side. Western Australia entering the zone. Here's Shearer again. Benetti at the net. Doesn't need Benetti. Arvase there with the glove with a nice save. 5:28 remaining. Shots on favouring Western Australia. 12-0. Very proud, however, of the ACT defence. C will take it. Back now for Kenzel. Kenzel fires, deflected on the way through. Worked out well the deflection for the ACT in the end. Up against the boards near the ACT bench. It'll come back now for Z. Working it out of his own end is Aidan Byrne. The goal scorer so far for the ACT this tournament. Like Seagulls fighting over a chip. Still in possession, out of the zone. So Cullen has to turn and chase. Has Brown on the opposite side. Uses Brown. And that'll come all the way back down for icing. It's been a free-flowing game. Yes, ACT haven't got a shot on. Spent a lot of time down the ACT defensive end, but it hasn't been a blowout so far. Tucking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. Rumakainen will take it for the ACT. Now they'll try and clear it out. Rumakainen again. ACT need to clear it out via their right-hand side. Hart was there for Western Australia. Kenzel trying to link up with Hart. Rumakainen clearing it out. Kept in the zone by Carroll. 11-11 eventually. Parrott getting in the way there for ACT. Puck still free. Cleared out by Rumakainen. And that will come back now for Victoria. Oh, not Victoria. That was last game. Back for Western Australia. Just happening to drop it off, but causing a turnover there was Kenzel. Back now for Byrne briefly. Benetti entering the zone for Western Australia on the left-hand side. Shoots, but only found the shin pads. Recovering again, Benetti. High Crow trying to get a shot on. Tapping attempt in front from Salmon. But up to the task was Arvase. Western Australia on the attack. Good work by Byrne in good position. Clearing it out. Has got Parrott for company. High Crow, counter-attack opportunity. Byrne coming back. Desperation by Byrne. And a quality save there by Arvase. And some very appreciative ACT fans over there on the far side. Attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. Closest to Cafe Corner. Back now for Scrove, firing from distance, wide and off target. Cleared out by the ACT. It's almost as if they're on the penalty kill. Saved there by Gaga. Has that is indeed the first shot from very long distance. First shot for the ACT. All the way back down. Lim trying to split the gap in the slot. Kept in the zone by Scrow. ACT looking to get it out of the defensive end. They clear it out again. Maybe that's an approach they need to do. Just get out of their defensive zone as if they're on a penalty kill to start with and give themselves some breathing space and some time to get in towards neutral ice and not spend so much time down at their defensive end. Underneath the central commentary position briefly and near the ACT bench all the way back down. No icing. It'll be left for Kenzel in corporate corner. So Kenzel will come out now. It's got Hart for company on the left-hand side. Finds Hart now. Hart trying to enter the zone. Back now for Kenzel. Here's Farrell now. Farrell on the right-hand side for the ACT. Double team. Good work, Kenzel. Kenzel with it now. Out of the zone, back in towards neutral ice. Hart. Battle there with Cullen. And flung back into the zone by the ACT. And that will come back for icing. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. Shots on favouring Western Australia, not surprisingly, 15-1. But the ACT have done a mountain of work in defence. If that will hurt them a little bit later on with fatigue, with a short bench, is only to be seen. But they won't give up. On the blue line for Western Australia, Kenzel selects power drive, deflected down by Farrell by the ACT, who was in the slot. Wrap around attempt, opportunity, but to the right-hand post there, with the pad, with the skate, there was Arvase, who holds that one off. Netcam will show that one graphically in a moment. Back now for C against Rumakainen. Referee heading over to the ACT bench. Minute 59 on the... Okay, replay action of that last opportunity here. And great awareness and a great save there by Arvase. Firing, but spraying it wide was Benetti. Up against the board, Salmon in some traffic. Kenzel again tries to select power drive, but Cullen was in the way. Rumakainen trying to find Cullen, but then again, they were in the way of Western Australia. Firing from distance and a great save there by Arvase. Minute 39 in the period. Another great replay coming up. All the action at the ACT defensive end. This must be a massive boost in confidence for Arvase, especially compared to the last couple of games for ACT, where things were well and truly out of control by this point. Across the face of goal, no action required by anybody in the tricolours of the ACT. Centering, trying to clear it out. Woods now. Here's Carroll with it. Left-hand side, firing. In front was Lim. Lim takes over. Spinorama. Carroll. He's got Williams for company. And just took it out of the zone. So we've just been informed that the goalie is actually Billy Drew, who has been e-bugging, to use a Dawn Wattism, for the entire tournament. So Billy Drew in net for the ACT, a local Newcastle goalie. So back now for Kenzel. Kenzel now looking to fire but can't. Back now for Kenzel. Firing but wide. Puck balloons into the air. It'll come back down for Western Australia. Kenzel firing. Drew there. Watchful. And the net's off. So we'll go outside. So Billy Drew, who has been e-bugging for the DeFris tournament in net for the ACT. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. Easton Shearer with one of the greatest hockey names known to man. Will take the attacking zone face-off with 29 seconds remaining in the period. Back now for Kenzel. Kenzel with it now. Across. Kenzel. Kenzel firing. Good save by Drew. Initially thought that Billy Drew had enough of it, but it was tapped in the end. And it was 3-0 to Western Australia with 19 seconds remaining in the period. Back now for Susha. Susha trying to fire but can't. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Western Australia in the corner. Great battle here by ACT. Kensal now. And they'll run out of time. Hung slightly late with the shot attempt after the horn. Western Australia will go back to their bench with a 3-0 lead. And a great defensive period by the ACT. Yes, they have let through 3 goals so far, but compared to a couple of the other games, they can certainly be proud of their defensive effort, e-bug or not. When you have a look at a couple of the earlier results of the ACT, losing 27-0, 13-0 and 10-2, to be 3-0 down at this stage is a fantastic effort. So we'll have a look at both benches shortly. Needless to say, the Western Australian bench will be very happy with their efforts because they're up 3-0. Receiving some very technical information. The coaching staff heavily focused on systems, etc. The ACT bench, however, will be ecstatic with their defensive effort. That, needless to say, they've been hemmed down here in their defensive end, but still a fantastic effort anyway. So players will be back onto the ice shortly. Our officials just coming back onto the ice now. 3-0 the lead to Western Australia. Shots on favouring Western Australia 21-1. So Billy Drew returning to net for the ACT. So a nice split screen view of both goalies. And we're underway, second period. Parrott now with the puck. Parrott trying to enter the zone. Western Australia full of running on the right-hand side, trying to clear it out. ACT providing firm resistance there. Byrne and Parrott combining near the ACT bench. Williams will come back, and it will be left now for Easton Shearer to clear it out. Shearer, nice pass, but an active stick there by Parrott resulted in the big deflection. Susha trying to get it past some bodies. Drew, watchful, right-hand post. Cross-ice pass. Somebody's stick goes flying from the ACT. Puck flies high, deflected by Susha on the way through. Western Australia lining up. Shot goes wide. No action required. Back now for Shearer. Shearer using the rear boards. Hung now with it. Corporate corner. Pressured there. Centering pass across ice. Possibly too strong for Shearer. Cross ice pass again for Hong. Intercepted and deflected there by Byrne. Caused that play to break down. Cross ice pass. So ACT coming out. Line change coming up for Western Australia. ACT need to try and get it out. There's enough Western Australian players there. Salmon fires very close to going in. Went high, the Salmon. Here's Parrott. There is a penalty coming against Western Australia. Parrott clears it up. Touching up is Salmon. Penalty box door will be opening. Tripping the call. And High Crow heading into the penalty box. 2 minutes for a trip. ACT heading onto the power play. Rumakainen, Woods and Cullen. As a weary unit comes off. Brown and Hartley also for the ACT in defence. attacking zone face-off and ACT power play. Let's see what they can do with their power play and a bit of ice position. Here's Woods. Western Australia should be able to clear it out of the zone. Great work there by Brown. Rumakinen just happy to fling it in. Shot wide of Gallagher, no action required. All the way back down, no icing on the penalty kill. They'll come all the way back down for Salmon. Teammates had to come back urgently. Point blank range off the iron. Benetti, another opportunity, played with a high stick, and that play is dead. 12:49 remaining. And Drew under fire, but Drew strong. Attacking zone face off, 92 seconds of the power play for the ACT, but they're at the wrong end. Cleared out. Gray winds up one-timer. Good save there by Drew on the left-hand post. It was a nice, powerful shot though. New unit coming on for Western Australia. Minute 24 of their penalty kill. Realistically, they probably just treat it like they're on a power play anyway. So ACT at the wrong end on the power play. It'll come back for Byrne. Byrne clearing it out of the zone, back in towards neutral ice. It'll come back now for Kensal. The pass was a bit wide of Kensal's stick. Kensal recovers. Pass off to Carroll. Carroll with it. Behind the net, in towards Zamboni corner. Minute of the ACT power play. Riley battling hard, past the outstretched stick of Rumakinen. Got a deflection on the way through. It went wide, fortunately for Drew. Back now for Kensal. Will come all the way back down into Zamboni corner. Kensal again, firing. It got a bit of Z on the way through. Cleared out by Farrell. Kept in the zone by Western Australia. 35 seconds of the ACT power play remaining. Out of the zone. Here's a chance for Rumakinen, using some soccer skills. Has some support here by Byrne. Elects to get a shot on. Byrne with a rebound opportunity. Had a fair bit of open net. Hopefully get a replay of that when we get a break in play. But it was a great opportunity for Byrne to get the rebound, but was slightly wide. Initial shot there by Rumakinen. That'll come back now for Riley. Riley, centre ice. 10 seconds of the power play remaining for the ACT. Byrne. Byrne with it, pressured. Western Australia, counter-attack. It'll go wide. ACT work it out. Power play over. Back to even strength. And that will come back for icing. Replay coming up here of the opportunity for the ACT. Byrne certainly had a lot of net to look at there after the initial drive from Rumakinen. Attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. One there by Shearer. Back now Williams. Left-hand side. Centering or backwards pass to Williams. Great opportunity here. Go ACT, go. Here's Farrell. The defence is coming across. But Farrell with a great opportunity till Western Australia got back there. Here's Riley. Riley cross-ice pass. Cleared out into neutral ice. It'll come back now for Williams. Williams got Farrell to contend with. And here comes Shearer. Back now for Susha. Susha entering the zone. Getting forced wide. Looking for somebody in front. A good save there by Drew. Another good opportunity here for Western Australia on the replay. ACT have their second shot up now. Attacking zone face-off coming up for WA. 10:25 away from the Zamboni break. Braga now on the blue line. Deflected wide. Sometimes you have to judge those deflections. Braga again firing high and wide this time. Salmon now. Across the face of goal in the slot. Back now for Braga. Braga again selects power try. Deflected high and out of play by Lim. And it's a judgment call that you can only make in the split seconds, but there's been a couple of deflections that haven't worked for Western Australia. Also trying to take Drew's eyes away is a big factor as well of having the players in front. Back now for Salmon. Salmon with it now, across for Scrow. Scrow winds up, fires, but the stick of Woods was in the way. Here's Cullen trying to clear it out. Scrow. Western Australia on the attack again. Scrow combining with Lim. It'll come back now for Salmon near the door of doom. Kept in the zone by Kenzel. Back now for Salmon. Highcrow setting up in the sight. The puck's free, deflected towards Zamboni corner. The Boney out in 9:30. Scrow. Good save there by Drew from distance. And a nice fist bump there between Scrow and also Cullen there. Recognition of good play all round. Western Australia line change. ACT line change. Farrell, Wright, amongst others coming on with Riley. 9:24 remaining. And the ACT and their fans can be very proud of their defensive efforts in this game. Lots of improvement. Trying to clear it out of danger. Here's Kenzel on the blue line. Kenzel fires, lots of bodies in front from both teams. Opportunity here again for Western Australia. Kept in the zone, firing from distance. ACT are there in the slot. Kenzel keeps it in for Western Australia near their own bench. Fires, deflected this time by the ACT. It was good deflection there, clearing it out. Farrell. Lots of players in the slot, cleared out again by Farrell. And out of the zone. Bit of frustrations there for Williams as he fell as the puck was coming in his general direction. It'll come back now for Western Australia at their defensive end. Past the stick of Benetti. It'll come back now for Riley. Riley with it now. Finds Kenzel. Kenzel, cross ice. Happy to find Carroll to pass it in. Battle up against the boards. Carroll stops prop. Shearer comes on. Shearer looking for a backdoor opportunity. Possibly could have fired a bit earlier. Shearer again. Shearer fires high. Needs to lower the radar a little bit. Drew was ready for it. Back in the corner, Kenzel. Kenzel thinks about firing. Had some pressure in right. Fires anyway. Deflected. Hit the iron but stayed out. Another opportunity for Western Australia and deflected out of play. So here we have a save coming up. Drew's certainly been doing a mountain of work. Great save and great effort by the ACT. Western Australia attacking hard. 3-0 the score to Western Australia. Kept in the zone. ACT have an opportunity to try and clear it out via Parrott, via Brown. Parrott trying to clear it out but can't. Hung up against Brown, Zamboni corner. Hung walks in, elevates, and the net's off its moorings. $7:25 before the Zamboni break. Attacking zone face-off to the right-hand side of Billy Drew. Don't need the little picture of Billy Drew in the corner of the screen anymore. She's here on the ice. Spent a lot of time e-bugging for this tournament. Hung fires, save Drew. Western Australia trying to keep them hemmed down here. ACT with an opportunity to clear it out their right-hand side. Losing possession and fired in by Western Australia via Susha. 4-0 in favour of Western Australia. Back to centre ice, 7:09 remaining in the second. Shots on heavily slanted towards Western Australia, 35-2. Entering the zone now, here's Kenzel. Kenzel centering. Back now for Lim. That'll come all the way back now for Lim. Cleared out of the zone via Parrott. Williams now. And out of play underneath the central commentary position. New puck retrieved from under the scorebox. Neutral zone face-off closest to the Western Australia bench. Puck dropped. Here's Salmon now. Salmon's in congested waters. Salmon fires. Great save there by Drew. And an attacking zone face-off coming up for Western Australia. 6:42 remaining in the second. 4-2 WA. Riley battling with Highcrow. Highcrow getting the better one of that. Well kept in the zone via Kenzel. Highcrow, Farrell, Highcrow, left-hand circle for WA. Back now for Williams, does a good job of keeping in the zone, slightly wide. Looking for Lim, good battle there. Highcrow, air swing. Highcrow again. Centering, deflected in the slot, kept in the zone via WA. Back now for Williams. Williams, power driver, close range, Highcrow. Puck is there and a good save. 6:05 remaining, new units coming on for both teams. Certainly not the number of goals that I was expecting. ACT have done very, very well in defence, and just not because of a new goalie. Back now, Rimakainen. Shot on. ACT trying to clear it out. Rimakainen again, out of the zone. It skipped on scroll a bit. Here's Byrne. Here's Parrott now. Parrott entering the zone. Parrott firing, going high. Big deflection off Gallagher. Quality shot there by Cody Parrott. In the Newcastle system, playing for the ACT in this tournament. Back now for Scrow. Just happy to fire it in. Come back now for Brown for the ACT with 5.5 remaining. Turnover at close range. Benetti took a couple of opportunities, but Drew's CV is growing. Scrow. Funky bounce off the boards. Byrne. Back now for Parrott. Parrott with it now, clearing it out left-hand side. Rimakainen centering. 5:05 remaining. Here comes Western Australia, neutral ice. Across, trying to find Benetti but couldn't. Farrell battling with Benetti. Getting the better of that one. Firing from distance. Good quality shot there by Braga, but a quality save there by Drew as well, despite the traffic. Attacking zone face-off, Western Australia. Shearer will take it. So Shearer against Farrell. Hung off target. Farrell does a good job of clearing it out. Western Australia with it now. Cleared out again. That'll come all the way back down for icing, but I don't think the ACT care at this stage. It'll just give them a chance again to reset, even though they can't change. This line hasn't been on for a super amount of time at this stage. So having a look, here comes the last shot on goal by the ACT, by Cody Parrott. Attacking zone face-off coming up for WA. Here's Kenzel now. Kenzel firing from distance. And it's gone through everybody, including Drew. And from distance, Kenzel fires to make it 5-0. Don't think it connected with anybody on the way through. We will confirm the goal scorers at the end of the period before we go to the Zamboni break. Back to centre ice we go. Farrell against Shearer. Here's Hung now with it. Hung getting sent wide. Good work there by Riley. And out of the zone, so Williams has to turn and chase. Has Kenzel for company. It'll come back now for Kenzel, who's certainly been busy for Western Australia. Parrott providing some resistance. Entering the zone is Western Australia. Hung firing across to Susha, across to Shearer, across to Scrow. Firing from distance, good save there, deflected by Drew, cleared out briefly by the ACT. Left-hand circle, another opportunity here for Salmon. Salmon centering, deflected off a body on the way through, back to neutral ice, and Braga has to come all the way back down. And the resistance coming from Farrell and from a distance Parrott. Back now for Hung. Entering the zone has got Salmon for company. Salmon was past the outstretched stick of Salmon. Salmon with it now. Centering. Only one player in the slot, but the ACT there in numbers. Kept in the zone. Salmon again. Salmon walks in. Salmon dekes and Salmon scores, makes it 6. Precision swimming there by Salmon. Was very, very patient. It could have been easy to muck that one up. But Salmon shoots and scores, dekes in. So back to centre ice we go. 3:06 remaining in the period. And so just some gear adjustments slightly there for Billy Drew. Goalie equipment is not easy at any age. Puck drops. 3 minutes remaining in the period. Here's Williams for Western Australia trying to connect up with Salmon. Opportunity here for Byrne. Cleared out. Western Australia with it. That will come back via limb all the way back down almost as far as Gallagher. Now they go forward. Western Australia back into neutral ice. Here's Highcrow entering the zone. Wandering in. Trying to squeeze it in. Great work there by Drew. Play continues now. Kenzel. Back now for Lim. Lim collides with Brown. Lim centering off the goal frame. Brown clears it out. Western Australia back with it via Salmon. Entering the zone, Western Australia on the left-hand side. Firing, spraying it wide. Kept in the zone via Kenzel. Kenzel promotes at Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in a couple of minutes. Salmon positioning themselves in front of the net. Shot from distance. Deflected wide. Back now for Kenzel. And that'll come back now for the ACT. Brown trying to get out of the zone. Goes to Kenzel. Centering pass. Now they continue on the attack. Minute 39 remaining. Williams from distance. Scrow. Fires, bar down, and that's goal number 7. The goals are starting to come now for WA. Not through a lack of trying from WA's regard, and ACT have made it a lot harder in defence. A bit of side play there between Carroll and Parrott. Carroll having a big height advantage on Parrott. Parrott not taking it. Standing up for himself. Player comes down. Up against the boards. ACT need to clear it out. Parrott tries to clear it out. Scrow fires off the stick of Parrott on the way through. Parrott again clearing it out. Doing a great job. It'll come back now for Braga. Carroll with it into the attacking zone of Western Australia briefly. Cleared out. It'll come back now for Scrow. Pass for Carroll, but Rumakinen was in the way. Parrott clearing it out. 47 seconds remaining of the period. And coming back now for the final seconds of the period. 38 seconds remaining. Western Australia working on their Braga. Using the narrow left-hand side. Carroll centre ice. Parrott has been an absolute nuisance on Carroll for this shift. Parrott again who got the second shot for the ACT. Parrott now getting absolutely pressured. That battle's continuing. That's monstering. That almost comes under bullying. But Parrott, sometimes good things come in small packages. Here comes Hong now. Leaves the puck behind. 1 second remaining in the period. Shot goes high and wide. And at the end of that period, the second period of play, it is 7-0 in favour of Western Australia. Yes, it is a big margin. Yes, it is 46 shots to 3. However, I can say that I'm very, very proud of the defence here of the ACT. There were a few extra goals towards the end of that period, but having said that, lots of things to like from the ACT. Western Australia, needless to say, they have the talent, they have the numbers, a very short bench for the ACT, some lone players from other states as well. We'll have a look at the goal scorers with you and then take our Zamboni break. First Kurt DeFris game for this morning with the ACT against Western Australia. Western Australia leading 7-0. We will go through the goal scorers for you, especially for those Western Australian fans at home. So looking at the goal scorers now, ACT have no goal scorers to report. Shots on goal for the two periods. In the first period, Western Australia 21, second period 25. To start off with, first period, C assisted by Benetti, C second goal of the tournament. Hung, third goal of the tournament, assisted by Shearer. And then Shearer, second goal of the tournament, assisted by Kenzel. Second period, Susha, second goal of the tournament, unassisted. Susha, third goal of the period, assisted by Shearer. Salmon, fourth goal of the period, unassisted. And Z, third goal of the tournament, assisted by Salmon and Benetti. We'll be back in about 12 minutes after the Zamboni has done Zamboni things. ACT are down but putting up a massive fight against WA. WA 7-0. Back soon. Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, our first DeFris game of the day. Western Australia with a comprehensive lead against the ACT 7-0. Shots on favouring Western Australia 46-3. Had a very quick chat to the E-Bug Billy Drew, who is standing in net for the ACT. And I just basically congratulated her on her efforts so far. She's had a mountain of work to do. 46 shots on. So it'll be interesting to see what WA do in this period. They've had a good tournament so far. Players just about ready to come back onto the ice. Western Australia have had a win against South Australia and Queensland. A shootout loss to Victoria and a loss to New South Wales. So this is their last game before semi-finals, and I haven't even thought that far ahead yet. Eric Brook with you today. Third period action, just about ready to start. We're underway. Back now, Williams. Williams with it. Pressured there by Farrell. Back into neutral ice. It'll come back now for Kenzel. ACT with it now in neutral ice. Farrell promoting the puck. Trying to find some support in Byrne. Couldn't reach him. Back now for Benetti. Benetti off target. And it will come back now. Battle in the corner near Cafe Corner. Byrne taking over for the ACT. It'll come back now for Kenzel. Kenzel with Benetti for company. Goes straight up the middle. Finds some support in Z. Back now for Benetti. Benetti entering the zone. Firing. Good save there by Drew, who holds and saves. Won't be the first and won't be the last time I'll be saying that this tournament. New line coming on for the ACT. Attacking zone face-off. Rumakainen will take it against Shearer. Captain on captain at the face-off. ACT just need to get the puck out of the zone, their defensive zone, and they have. Hung now with it. Deflected off some sticks on the way through. Trying to enter the zone. Entering the zone now very briefly, but they're in numbers. Clearing it out now is Braga. That'll come all the way back down, and that will come back for icing. And a good setup here, a good opportunity for the ACT. We've got 2 goals off the tournament so far. Aidan Byrne scoring both of them yesterday in that game against South Australia yesterday afternoon. Attacking zone face-off now, ACT. Rumakainen takes it again against Shearer. They should be able to clear it out now. Braga. Braga for Western Australia finds Shearer. Shearer taps it on, passes the door of doom. Crosses lines 1, 2 and 3. And here comes Shearer now looking for a highlight reel goal. Doesn't get one. High and wide, no action required there by Drew. And it'll come back now for Kenzel. Kenzel getting forced wide, coming in now, driving the net. Puck's free, flung out. Desperation there by the ACT. Don't think they'll care that it's icing at the moment. Icing waved off anyway. Back now for Williams. Williams up the ice. Back into Highcrow's possession now. Highcrow getting forced wide. Opportunity there. Collision penalty coming probably for goaltender interference there in front by Hung. Interference to call. Penalty box door will be opening. And ACT going to the power play. Fairly obvious one there. The puck had well and truly passed Billy Drew. 2 minutes for goalie interference. Attacking zone face-off and power play coming up for the ACT. Farrell, Rumakainen, and Farrell out of the zone. Riley has to turn and chase now. There's a foot race with Carroll. Carroll looking and is first to the puck in the end. Carroll with it. Bit of pushy shovey in front of the net between Salmon and Farrell. Carroll now with it. Carroll centering. Good save, Drew. In the corner. Ice is slippery. Back into neutral ice. A minute 37 of the power play. Braga with it now. Parrott paying them some attention. Back now, the pass was too strong for Carroll. And it will come back now for the ACT with 1:24 of their power play remaining. Clearing it out, right-hand side. Centering pass, tapped on there by Parrott. Back now for Z. Farrell providing some resistance. Flung out, no icing on the penalty kill. No action required by Drew. Leaving it now for Riley. Riley cared up. Rumakainen. Z. Firing from distance, wide. Benetti. Battling in the corner. Benetti gets the better of that puck. Firing, cross-ice pass. Z fires again wide. Imagine what the score could be if Western Australia were on target. Parrott being a nuisance. Back now, battling up against Kenzel. Z. Cross-ice pass intended for Benetti. Finds Benetti eventually. Flung out, and that'll come all the way back down. 25 seconds of the ACT power play. New unit coming on for Western Australia. Rumakainen trying to find Byrne amongst others. And that will come back now. Shearer. Here's Farrell now. Farrell's been good. Farrell entering the zone, trying to deke through a couple. Great work by Kenzel. Penalty coming. He drew the penalty well. And we're going to have 5 seconds of 5-on-3. Hooking the call. Penalty box door will be opening. No. That penalty wasn't. The penalty box door opening wasn't the opportunity for the person trying to exit. There's another person entering. So a 5-on-3 opportunity here for South Australia. Hang on. ACT, reset the brain. Shearer clearing it out. Played with a high stick there. Out of the penalty box. So another power play starts for the ACT, played with a high stick, so we'll have a face-off. So effectively what this will become is effectively a 4-minute power play for the ACT. There was only about 5 seconds left before player number 2 entered. Minute 49. So I was basically trying to say that effectively it's turned into a 4-minute power play because of people exiting and entering the box. So back now for the ACT, looking to take advantage. They're at the wrong end, but they'll work their way up the right-hand side. Worked there by McNamara. Back now, here we go. Brown, good shot on. They're in numbers. Here's Shearer. Shearer sending it all the way down on the penalty kill. Firing wildly. Back now for Brown. Brown now under pressure. Some contact there. Well and truly off the puck. Hung with it now. Has Salmon attacking the net. Trying to clear it out. Salmon closest one to it. That'll be all the way back down. Back now for Salmon. Dropping it off for Scrow. Scrow firing. Good stick in the lane there by the ACT via Brown. Clearing it out. Byrne and Scrow with an interesting battle. Back now for Salmon. 30 seconds remaining of the power play for the ACT. They're at the wrong end and a short-handed goal there by Salmon. Firing it from distance. The laser Salmon. 8-0. Still 26 seconds of the ACT power play. Farrell and Rumakainen and Parrott up forward for the ACT. Shots on favouring 52-4 in favour of Western Australia. Puck eventually leaves the face-off circle. Here's Salmon again. Salmon fires, deflected down by Drew. Trying to follow up. And the ACT loving every save, loving every little bit of defence. So face off here, Farrell against Highcrow. Here's Shearer walking the blue line, firing from distance, high and wide. No action required there by Drew. Back now for Parrott. Penalty over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Salmon. The call comes out from the Western Australia bench. Even. Riley. Cafe corner, overrunning it. Parrott has to turn and chase, and I think Parrott's drawn himself a penalty here. And Western Australia will be heading towards the penalty box. Interference the call. ACT heading on another power play. Williams on this occasion sitting. And Parrott doing a good job of drawing that penalty. So a little bit of confusion on the WA bench. Attacking zone face-off and power play coming up for the ACT. Cleared. It'll come back for Carroll. In the corner again. Western Australia have it. Short-handed. Benetti taking their time to clear it out. A couple of their own players ducking for cover. Back Riley, big rebound off the back wall. Lim coming in. Back now for Parrott. Parrott clearing it in. Back for Braga. Minute 30 of the ACT power play. Clearing it out. Heads up. There's another stick coming. So a little bit of confusion I'll tell you about in a minute at the Western Australia bench. Coming up now for Parrott. Up against Lim. 77-on-77. Highcrow. Highcrow with it. Back now for Byrne. Byrne trying to find Parrott. There's the stick on the ice that I'll mention briefly shortly if we get a whistle. Back now for Parrott up against the forgotten stick. Highcrow with it now. Highcrow walks in. Saved there by Drew. Now there was a bit of confusion on the Western Australian bench. One of the players lost their stick in the corner, which the linesman is now retrieving. The player who didn't have the stick came to the bench to try and retrieve a stick or try to get another stick that was handed to him. Oh no, that's not a stick for me. So I was like, okay, we'll do a line change instead and get somebody with a stick out there. But no harm done in the end. Attacking zone face-off for Western Australia with 52 seconds remaining of the ACT power play. Kept in the zone via Kenzel. It'll come back now for Brown, air swing. Western Australia on the attack. Kept in the zone via Kenzel. Back now for Braga. Braga selected power drive. Feathered touch at best, well towards the left-hand side. ACT trying to clear it out. Doing so by Rimakainen. Back for Kenzel. 25 seconds of the ACT power play. Western Australia spending such a great deal of time short-handed this period, but it hasn't really affected them. Back now for Benetti. Benetti with it now. Entering the zone on the right-hand side. Up against Hartley. Regaining position. Finding Scrow. Scrow, nice cross-ice pass for Kenzel. Kenzel fires from distance. And there's only so much that you can do with that Kenzel cannon. And it's 8-0. Now it's 9-0. I thought that went in. I'm hallucinating. It's still 8-0. Apologies for all the extra goals there. Shot fired, very close there. That'll come all the way back down into neutral ice for Shearer. Shearer with it now on the left-hand side. Centering, Hung firing. Oh, that got Farrell and that stung. Some good sportsmanship from Hong, just saying, buddy, if you're okay, because that hurt. And he'll come off, trying to skate it off. Stick taps all around. Now, I can't say from experience that's ever happened to me, but I know what I see, and that hurt. And Farrell will go off and get that looked at. Back now for Riley. Out of the zone, back into neutral ice. ACT looking to go on the attack, but here's Shearer. Squeezing through some gaps. ACT there able to clean up. 5-on-5 hockey. Good work to promote the puck there by Riley. It'll come back down for Shearer. Shearer winds up, fires wide. No action required there by Drew. Certainly ready to do so. Back now for Cullen. That'll come all the way back down for Braga. Kept in the zone well by the ACT. Rumakainen. The puck balloons off a stick and then into neutral ice. Here's Hung. Unfortunate falling at that stage. And that is a goal. So 9-0. I had the pen out a little bit earlier on. Now I can confirm 9-0. Ice is slippery. Kenzel coming back now. Parrott in the slot there. ACT Brown. Lots of players there from Western Australia there. Salmon. Cross ice pass. High Crow. Good battle. Cafe corner. Centering. Players in the slot there. Puck's free. Now they can clear it out. ACT. Here's Crow. Back trying to reach Salmon but couldn't. Salmon recovers the puck eventually. Swimming through gaps. Salmon now. He's doing some great work out there. Aiden Byrne for ACT. The puck's in the slot and cleared out now. Good work there by Brown. Trying to reach Byrne. Williams first to the puck for Western Australia. With 4:38 remaining. Up against the boards. They need to get it out. Western Australia. Back now for Lim. Lim with a battle with Brown. Brown gets a better of that one. Finds the skates of Salmon. Cleared out. Back for Scrow. High Crow. Good work Riley. Salmon. Parrott. Salmon and Parrott. That's an interesting combination. The puck was in the slot off some skates on the way through of Riley. It'll come back now for Braga. Do birds and fish even like each other? I don't know. Very true. Back now for Parrott briefly. Entering the zone, Western Australia on the far side. Carroll now sees Riley, stops, props, falls, pirouettes. Now they try and clear it out of the zone. All the way down. Rumakainen was just about ready to enter the zone. Now he promotes it into the zone. It'll come back now for Kenzel. They clear it out. Western Australia towards corporate corner. Great, interesting puck battle there. Here's Benetti. Benetti coming through now. Benetti firing. The puck balloons high into the air off the glove of Drew. A Braga. It'll come back now. Braga coming back, has some help in defence, providing some pressure there is Cullen. 3 minutes remaining. Western Australia using the boards to clear it out. Carroll back now for Benetti. They have to watch the offside. They do. Benetti fires, deflected high and out of play. 9-0 with 2:48 remaining. Shots on Western Australia 59-4. The scoreline and the shots doesn't indicate the effort and the defence of ACT. Shearer will take the attacking zone face-off for WA. Brown clearing it out for the ACT as far as Williams on the blue line for Western Australia. Susha. Here's Byrne now. Parrott. Parrott well and truly held there. Just a sea of players around Parrott basically without necessarily being held. Out of the zone. Western Australia full of running with 2:25 remaining. Walking in, inside and outside of Byrne. Hit the iron. The puck still free. Kept in the zone just by Williams. In the slot. Shearer was there and thereabouts. Susha taking over. And we have a whistle here. So it'll come back. It'll be a neutral zone face-off closest to the ACT bench. Possibly a hand pass there. Shearer against Rumakainen, captain on captain. Back now for Susha. Susha wanders in. Susha fires. Excellent pad save by Billy Drew. Shearer up against the boards. Hung, 2 minutes exactly remaining. Firing from distance. Saved there by Drew. Shearer wasn't quite close enough for the rebound. Brown's been busy in defence. ACT looked to clear it out. Finding Parrott. Parrott was under pressure. Back now for Brown. Trying to clear it out. Avoids the hit, which probably wasn't a bad thing for either player in the end. Easton Shearer promoting it. Finding Susha briefly. Kenzel. Cafe corner. Hung. Recommend the hot chips. Parrott battling up against the boards. Aerial Parrott. Did not intend that one. Deflected into the corner. Good work there by Shearer. Final 69 seconds to play. In front, desperation there. It was a good shot by Horn. Great save by Drew. Last couple of line changes for this game. So this will be the last game of the round robin for Western Australia. And ACT have another game after this one before the semi-finals. Kept in the zone via Scrow. Back now, here comes Highcrow. And that is goal number 10. A very controlled performance by Western Australia. I'll go through the goal scorers at the conclusion of the game for the Western Australian fans at home especially. 58 seconds remaining. Back to centre ice. That'll come back now for Cullen. Cullen pressured there by Scrow. Competing until the final minute. Here comes Williams now. Williams centering in front. Great desperation there. Lim was trying to tap home. And now we have a penalty coming with 36 seconds remaining. Salmon 2 minutes for interference. We'll spend the rest of the period probably in the penalty box in 36 seconds remaining. ACT power play. So Rumakainen, Woods and Parrott. Rumakainen take the face off. 36 seconds remaining. ACT to the power play. Back now, firing from distance. Good save there. He had to look behind him to see where that puck had actually ended up. It is sometimes to see where exactly the puck ends up with all the gear on. So we're just about to have a look at the Western Australia goal. No, we won't. Back now, Parrott. Parrott in some space, cleared out. 26 seconds remaining. Out of the zone. Here's the foot race. Drew, safety first. Benetti with 19 seconds remaining. Having a look now at the last Western Australia goal. So it's great work here by Williams, and then a centering pass, and this goalie view will hopefully get to that in a moment. ACT just trying to work out of the defensive end. Cafe corner, back in towards neutral ice with 10 seconds remaining. Deflected on the way through. And that will come back Western Australia with a well-controlled win. Heavy contact up against the boards. Penalty box door will be opening even though it's academic at this point. 2 minutes for charging, but time has expired. The game is over. Western Australia with a very controlled win and a shutout there for Henry Gallagher. So Western Australia with the well-earned win. That's their final game of the round robin tournament. And Billy Drew leads the ACT team for the handshake line. So stick taps, fist bumps all round. Lots of improvement in the ACT lineup. And of course, Western Australia with 10 goals. I'll go through the goal scorers for you in just a moment. Final shots on goal ended up being 66-5. That doesn't, the scoreline and the shot count doesn't really reflect the effort that was put in by the ACT team. So the scorers for the third period, Salmon ended up with a short-handed goal for his 5th goal of the tournament. So stick taps all around the ACT with their friends, family and loved ones on the far side, including some members of other teams. So to start off the third period, Salmon with his 5th goal of the tournament, short-handed, assisted by Braga. And then another goal by Salmon, his 6th goal of the tournament, stick tap for the WA fans as well. So that's a hat-trick for Salmon, assisted by Kenzel. And the last goal, High Crow, 2nd goal of the tournament, assisted by Lim. So on behalf of the entire Thought Fox Media crew, Eric Brook here with you. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the game. More action in DeFris coming this afternoon. Western Australia 10, ACT 0. Back with our next game shortly. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.